Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stunner, with another episode of VSW. Thank you. Hey, thank you way in the back there. I really appreciate your support. Today, we're talking NCW Behind Closed Doors Episode 3, coming out tomorrow night on YouTube at 7 p.m. The match card for this is beyond stacked. I'm very excited for this match card. Let's just hop right into these matches, and we'll start to go over them. Let's go with the first very matchup that I'm really interested in. Starting right off here, Alexander Lee versus Tim Kilgore. Okay, you got two veterans in the game going at each other. Alexander Lee, very violent, very brutal, very vicious. Wherever he goes, a path of destruction is sure to follow him. Then you got the King of Broadway here, Tim Kilgore. Not just a great wrestler inside the ring. I want to say something about Tim. Tim is also a very good person outside the ring, out of character. He's just a very good person. They all are. Everybody in NCW is. They all fight the good fight. But with that being said, you got this great matchup now, like I said. The King of Broadway, very theatrical, very, he reminds me kind of like an older, an older and toned Goldust, toned down, not as eccentric. But definitely he's got some, flamboyancy to him. It's great seeing him wrestle. He's, it's always a surprise of what he's going to wear, what's his makeup going to look like. He puts some time into his gear. Matching of styles, that's going to be very interesting. We've seen Tim Kilgore last year fight, Dick Lane for the title. We've seen him, we know his style. It can be very aggressive and vicious as well to match Alexander Lee's. So this can be a very close matchup. I don't know who's going to get this win. I think it's going to be who is more hungry for it. And I think both of these guys are going to be looking for a victory, at behind closed doors early on here. So, definitely this is going to be a match that, no matter what point in the card that it's at, it's going to be, a banger. It's going to wake up the crowd. Next up, we got another great matchup to talk about here. The Lumberjake versus Amani Chaos and, with Paris, the Higher Society there. This is another great matchup. Lumberjake, one of the, one of the last big men of wrestling, I would say, in the independent scene. He's, reminds me of the old glory days of, Haystacks Calhoun, or someone that could really move in the ring and was big, someone that you would fear. You didn't want to mess with them. He's involved in this storyline with, Castro and his little clan, and we saw them kind of walk away, and, Castro kind of apologized to him a couple weeks ago, so, not really into that, but now he's got something to prove. Higher Society, Amani Chaos is one of the top New England stars right now in the game, on fire. I love the way, he presents himself inside the ring. It's great. He's an entertainer, a tremendous wrestler, really, really talented. This is going to be, I think, a high-paced match, because Amani can fight high-paced, and let's face it, Lumberjack, for being a big man, can move. He knows how to wrestle, he can move, though. So this will be another close call matchup. I don't know who is going to take it. Again, any of these matches on this card, anybody can take, really, I feel like. Then, next up, you got this is a great women's match. You got the Suplex Sweetheart, Isana, versus the leader of the Scrungy Squad, Becca. Two of New England's brightest female wrestlers right now on the circuit, going at each other live. This is going to be tremendous, okay? Both of them, if you watch, last season's ending, they had a little conflict together in that little Rumble. And, I think there was some things left unsaid and left undone on both parts, and I think this will be a good closure to that, or at least a good, sequel to that of what we saw. But they've had some time to take, obviously, with the pandemic and everything else. But I think the passion for this feud is still there. And speaking of Aisana, we're really glad. We're actually going to have her special live guest calling in on Monday night's episode of VSW. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be interesting. We're going to ask her some questions, see what she's doing, what she's going to be up to. Very busy right now as, wrestling in the whole world opens back up. I always like to check in with the stars, see how it's been with the pandemic. And, what they look forward to most of coming back and, what they're doing. What are they going to do? Where are they going next? I feel like a lot of people have also, while this has been hard for everybody, have been able to thrive their careers in the pandemic. Now, this matchup, though, is going to be very, very high-paced, and it's going to be brutal. Both of these girls can wrestle and fight. So, you're going to have to want to watch this one. It could go either way. Both of them are capable of pulling off the victory. If you ever seen Aisana wrestle, she's very powerful, very strong, but, Becca is very quick and athletic. So, they'll kind of even match each other out. Then you got, to really close things off, this is one of my favorite matches here. You got a 6-man tag team matchup. The whole Dirty City Murder crew, Mike Montero, Divine, and, let me see here, sorry. I just lost what I was reading here. Well, you got the 6-man tag team, okay? You got the whole Dirt City Murder crew with, Mike Montero, Ricky Medeiros, and Jason Devine, going up against Foxy Campbell, Ike, and Robbie the Giant. This is going to be a great tag team match. I'm excited for it because there's nobody better than the Dirt City Murder crew. There's nobody. Montero is the best of the best of the best. He might not have gold around his waist, but he's the best. Same thing goes, for Detox. They are the best tag team in New England. So, not just saying nothing. Foxy Campbell, Robbie, and Ike, all up-and-coming superstars in NCW. All, doing great things. But come on, it's the Dirt City Murder crew. How are you going to compete to that? I'm sorry, you just can't. As I said, this is going to be a great matchup, though. High-flying. These guys are all super talented. As I like to call them, they are the undisputed era of the New England independent scene. Like I said, headed off with Mike Montero, the ace. You got Jason Devine, Ricky Medeiros, D-Dogs all together. Dirt City Murder crew. Definitely a trio you do not want to cross, whether it's in the actual Dirt City or not. You do not want to cross them. I think they're going to have a bold message for these three. I think they have a bold message for the NCW. I think that, Montero's going to have a bold message for Dick Lane come the anniversary show. So, reunion. So, listen to me. I'm telling you, this Thursday night, 7 p.m., all this action is going down on NCW on their YouTube page, Behind Closed Doors, Episode 3. Tune in. Thanks for listening. Versace Stoner out.